Hello racing fans and a warm welcome to Trackside, proudly brought to you by World Sports Betting. Bet with the best, bet with WSB. Trust and you, the valued racing fan, is well having a fair weekend. What a bumper weekend we are looking forward to for you, the horse racing fan, and of course for you, the sports fan, because it is a doubleheader on Saturday at Turffontein and at Greyville, and then we move over to Durbanville on Sunday. Well, on Saturday with that doubleheader, it's a build-up to what promises to be a weekend and a half for rugby fans, with the Webb Ellis Trophy being dominated by two countries, the All Blacks and, of course, the Springboks. Both have won it 3 times, and who's going to lift that trophy for the 4th time? All will be no on Saturday evening. Well, what we've done on the show is that we've got 4 horses to follow, and the 4 horses will come up at Hollywood Bad's Greyville. I've done 4 horses from that center. And then on Saturday at Turffontein, where it features the Charity Mile, there is a sweetener to that pool of 1 million rand, estimated pool 5 million. We have done a pick 6 for that center. So away we go with our 4 horses at Greyville on Saturday. And we have included odds-on shots in that trebles, 2 trebles that will be up on the World Sports Betting menu, because all we want to do is catch the bet, hopefully it arrives, and we'll have enough money to enjoy and celebrate the Springboks' victory on Saturday evening. So where we go with our 4 horses, it'll begin early at Greyville in race number 2, and the horse I'm going for is the Queen Bee. Wendy Whitehead and Serena Motley will team up. She's had 2 good runs to date, over 1,200 meters, and both those races she's finished close up. She now goes over a distance that is going to suit her much better, this 1,400 meter trip, because she is well related. She's a half sister to El Coxo Baby, a 4-time winner that got a mile, and she's a half sister to Joshua Hotsnake, a 5-time winner that gets 1,400 comfortably. So the stable know the family well. She's now going over a distance that's going to shoot her much better. And even though she's poorly drawn, I think against this type of field, she is no doubt the filly to beat. So a lot of confidence that she's going to really stakes to distance number 9, the Queen Bee, in race number 2. Then race number 3, well, we are going with number 6, Passage of Power here. It is Robbie Gill and Serena Motley for a prominent owner, Mr. Preggy Somersundren. And he is in fantastic form, this 5-year-old son of Park Falk. And I especially like his last start. He raced against a quality field and at Pinnacle Stakes, and he ran a tremendous race, finishing 3rd behind Waterbury Lane, a form line that has held up superbly well, with former and Royal Victory coming out to win. His distance record says it all. He's won 3 times over 1,200 meters. The average rating in that Pinnacle Stakes last time out was a 102, and the average rating of this race is an 89. So all he needs to do is repeat that last start over a distance that suits him ideally. I think he is the horse to beat. Race number 3, horse number 6, Passage of Power. We're then going for a horse that I think will be priced up in the red in race number 4, the Shepherd. Went for him last time out, if you can recall, and we'll touch on that after I touch on his debut performance. His debut performance was a very good run in a quality maiden field. We know how that form line has held up. Sovereign State coming out to win 3 in a row, takes his place in the Graham Beck Stakes. Of course, Bemenes coming out to win, King of the Gauls coming out to win. Sugar Blast has run 2nd, has come out to have back-to-back wins for Tinny Prince Blue, and Star Performer didn't win, but didn't make a promising introduction to his new stable of Thorn Marshall, running 2nd. So the form line's good, the form line is bright. This horse did come to the races after that debut performance, and things went wrong for him. He was examined by the vet, passed fit to race. The starter said gold. He missed a jump. He was tailed off. And upon inspection of that start, where it clearly showed that he was taking the back gates, and that was cost him not to jump on terms. He was declared a non-runner. So I think the schooling would have been done back home with the Peter Muscat stable, with him being more well-behaved when he comes to the races, pre-race, and of course how he behaves in those starting stalls. He's gelded now. He was gelded on the 5th of September, and hopefully that is also quietening him down. If he pitches up the horse that we saw on debut, and all things being equal at the start, I think he'll be a hard horse to beat. Race 4, number 4, the Shepherd. And then we're including the horse that will be the shortest price horse on Saturday from both centres, called See It Again, in those trebles, just to increase the value. And if we're running with this horse in both those trebles that will be up on the World Sports Betting menu, I think that we'll go in very confident that he can reel it off for us. See It Again from the Michael Roberts stable. He is KZN champion middle distance day horse, KZN champion 3-year-old. Tremendous races for him to win the Cape Derby. The Daily News runs second. The race in that Hollywood Bedstub in July, I mean, that was the performance of the race, wasn't it? For a 3-year-old to be carrying 56.5 kgs and to run the race that he did, tremendous. And then he was beaten by our subsequent horse of the year, Princess Kala, when he ran second in the Champions Cup. So he's given us some wonderful memories thus far. He's starting up his engine leading up to the World Sports Betting Cape Met that will be at the end of January. That's his mission, that's his aim, and I think he is well clear here in the best way to call him. 9.5 kgs of 19 pounds better off with the second best. Tells you the story. Even at 75% ready, you'd expect this horse to win, and win well against this type of field. So those are the 4 horses that we are going for at Greyville on Saturday. 2 horses I think will be short price, but we are going to be including them just to catch the bet, just to bank some cash and enjoy the victory of the Springboks later on Saturday. So I mentioned that we then with 4 horses at Greyville, and then we are giving a pick 6 for the Saturday at Turffontein, because there is a sweetener of R1 million. That estimated pool is 5 million. 15, 35, 25, 4 is when you need to get your bets on. And this is how I will be playing that pick 6. The first leg, I'm sticking with my rule. If it's more than half the field, it's going to be a field race. I couldn't come up with 5 runners because there are 10 runners at time of recording the show. So we're going with the field. We're multiplying that per amount by 10. The next race, which is race number 5, the Serena Highness Princess Starling Stakes over 1,400 meters. Going with the obvious 2 horses here. Number 2, Egyptian Mouth, and number 3, White Pearl, hoping they could fight that one out. Race number 6 is one of the races I'll be looking forward to on the day. It's the Betway Graham-Beck Stakes of Group 3 over 1,400 meters, and the Equus champion of last season, Sangiam Summit, taking on the very talented number 2 main defender, who's already showed his head as a 3-year-old, winning that Joburg Spring Challenge, and what a victory that was, giving those older horses an absolute hiding. So we'll go 1 and 2 there in race number 6. Then the main event for the day is the Allied Steel Rod on a Mission Charity Mile, and Group 2 over 1,600 meters. And I'm going to go with my rule here. I've tried my best. 16 runners go to post, and I am going to be including 8 of the 16 runners. So in numerical order, numbers 1, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 13, and 15. Numbers 1, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 13, and 15, multiplying that per miles by 8. Then the penultimate race on the card, I know Zeus is strongly fancied. It looks like the light horse is on a hat trick. Fabian Habib has done an outstanding job to bring him back to the form that he is in. But I've gone back up there with a horse that I really like at 10-1, number 4, Black Dawn. So numbers 1 and 4 there in race number 8. And then to close things off in the pick 6, I've narrowed it down to 5 runners in numerical order: 2, 7, 8, 11, and 12. 2, 7, 8, 11, and 12. And you multiply that per amount, which will be field in leg 1 by 2, 3, by 1, 2, by 1, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 13, and 15, by 1 and 4, by 2, 7, 8, 11, and 12. 10% will cost you 320 Rand. And that's not a bad figure, considering you're playing in Tilcool. That should get to that estimate of 5 million Rand. And that is it, guys. As always, on behalf of World Sports Betting, thanks to all the punters, but more importantly and more especially, thanks to you, the valued customer. Have an awesome weekend. Enjoy your racing on Saturday, the double header, Turffontein and Greyville, of course, Sunday at Durbanville. And hopefully it turns out to be a profitable and successful weekend for you wherever you are playing, and of course enjoy the rugby, where hopefully the Springboks can bring it home for the fourth time in the Rugby World Cup and lift that Webb Ellis trophy. Until we meet again, which will be next week, you take care. Signing off.